Yeah.
Good one? Okay. No, yours is actually very hard to do.
Right, we're live.
Are we live?
Yep.
Okay. Hey guys, it's Dr. Emer. We're in West Hollywood with one of our celebrity clients. That's true, he's one of our celebrity clients. He's been very popular on our videos before because everyone wanted, one, to know what his Instagram was so they could date him, and two, they really loved the results of his facial sculpting. So I really like showing this type of client because they're exercise enthusiasts, they're fit, but the guys and females that are fit lose a lot of volume in the face. He already has a lot of chiseled features, high cheekbone, defined jawline, but when you lose that supporting structure of the face, you get early sagging, you get some hollowing, you get some lines, and you get what I call just facial disproportion and asymmetry. So what we do is, instead of just overly plumping, and you guys know I talk about that no all the time, overfilling, we don't like it. We like to do signature feature enhancement. So what we're gonna do is just bring his chin out a little bit to make it pop so we give some structure to his face, same to the sides of the jaw. His mid-face is a little more challenging because it's lower volume. He's a fit, athletic guy, but you don't want to change that. You want to keep the chiseled features. So we're just going to do a little bit for lifting and then blend that area here to the temple, which is called the OG curve. And I always tell you guys, it's OGEE, which stands for this connection between the cheek and the temple, giving a more natural look. I don't know what construction is going on right now, but blending the temple into the cheek, because remember, temple hollows age us and also drop the brow. So we want to keep it all structured. So that's what we're going to do. That's male facial sculpting. We're going to use Radius because he works out a lot. This is a calcium-based filler. You can see it's white. We're going to start up in the temple area. I always tell people this. You can hear the crunch and the bubbling of this product as it goes in. But it's a very safe plane and it lifts this area. So even a very small amount goes a long way. You can see in half a syringe, look, it's already filling out. So if we show you one side versus the other, almost no bleeding, nothing. Take a look at the one side versus the other. It's already going to be improved, and he's going to get some collagen production, and it's going to last much longer than our sugar-based fillers that would still do really well, but would dissolve more quickly because he's a younger fit male. So let's do the same thing over here so you can see he got some fill. Is anyone saying anything? Or they're all sick of our liposuction procedure today. They're probably bored out.
Watch Wiley said, I'm mailing you my head.
Well, I hope it's not mailed because then it would mean you're dead. That wouldn't be good, but I would love for you to come fly out. You can do New York or LA. Now look, on this side he didn't need as much. So we have a little left over then to give some lifting into the mid-face, which we're gonna do very subtle, okay? He doesn't need a lot. If you do too much, it's gonna look overdone. And we're right on the bone there. So we wanna give some support to his medial fat pad. So just a subtle bit to give some lifting and some structure. Okay, let's switch sides. Okay. But I would love for her to come alive to our office.
Elise is asking, what is the name of the filler?
Okay, so this filler is white, which is Radius now. And you don't want to do this inexperienced because this is a calcium-based filler and can't be dissolved if you don't like it. But it gives a nice long-term improvement and it can really structure give a nice structure. So here we are building now a little bit on the chin. And this is going to make his lips pop and give him more definition in the jawline. Remember, this is feature enhancement or facial contouring. This is not plumping and overfilling, right? We're just enhancing how he looks. And so part of what we got to do is ask yourself what makes his features pop. So what's gonna make him pop is defining out some of his features, like his chin, which you're doing right now, because he's got great lips. How does this feel? Well, wait 1 second, I gotta tell him, because it doesn't feel the best, but it's an interesting sensation. Yeah, he was a hit last time when we did this because he sent pictures in that night and the day after, and everyone was like asking about on dates on our Instagram. It was hilarious. So we're gonna do one. He can actually pull off a little bit of a vertical enhancement into the cheek. So I'm just gonna do one little bit right there. We're gonna go to the opposite side and do the same thing. I'm happy with how the chin looks already. But now the cheek, I want to give him some lift. So very carefully, because remember I said we're right on bone. He's very thin. We don't want to overdo it. So we'll give a little lift into the apple.
What happens if a blood vessel gets occluded?
Well, if a blood vessel gets occluded, this is why you want to go to an expert, because one is the chance of it getting occluded when you go to an expert is less because there's a lot of experience. But if it's frank bad luck that something like that happens, you got to do treatment for it. And it's important to go to somebody who knows how to do the treatment. And I'll tell you, one of the treatments is hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which we have in our office. Very few people have. So let's not worry about negative things and things that are rare and could potentially harm somebody. Let's look at the positive of how beautiful his results are gonna be. Turn a little this way because I do want to give him a little bit of popping to his jawline. So since we don't have a ton of filler left, all I'm gonna do is right at the 90-degree angle of his jaw, we're gonna do a little product to make it pop. And this will give him just a little structure at the edge right there. Can you Q-tip over there? Yes. Please. Thank you.
Thoughts?
I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side to just kind of shape, turn this way now. Finding that 90-degree angle, doing a little bit right into that 90-degree. Okay, now, that, yeah, right down. Okay, a little bit on the other side, keep it the other side. So we're balancing it out now, just giving him a little bit more of that structure.
What are all the products you're using?
This is all radius. So I have a teeny bit left. I want him to have a little bit in this submalar area, so that's why I'm gonna do just literally a thread into each, because that's gonna give him more of the less thin appearing look. So we're gonna say that little bit right for this area here is called the submalar area. You don't want to get rid of too much volume there in someone thin because it makes them look different, but just a small bit helps. All right, so let's do the Emer reveal. We're gonna wipe him off and do an Emer reveal. You guys know what that is. That's when we give the patient the phone and we show him the look himself. So go ahead and give them the Instagram.
The IG phone, just turn it around.
Awesome.
Okay.
Amazing.
There we go.
All right, so you take a look now, and you tell us what you think.
Love.
So a little more volume and lift through the mid face. Temples are balanced. A little structure. If you look straight ahead and bite down, you'll be able to see the popping of the jaw. You see, and then the chin proportion. Turn on this angle, you'll be able to see the chin and the jawline. Now it's harder to see on the camera. What were you expecting? What were you looking for?
I would like to look like me, just a little bit more chiseled, a little more defined.
So now look in the mirror, because it's a lot easier when you look in the mirror. Hold on. Here you go. Take it back. Alright, so now, what do you think?
I love like this shape.
Yes, that's what I wanted to do. So bite down again, because then you can see the separation. Again, a lot of people tend to want to fill this out, and he is a chiseled face. You don't want to get rid of it. So that's why we give a little structure to the cheekbone and some submalar support. Structured out the chin and jaw to give him that masculine look, and then balance the temple because that's where you lose volume when you exercise a lot. So another success in male facial sculpting using Radius filler for signature feature enhancement. Bye guys.
Bye. Oh,
Yeah, looks great.
Amazing. I love
I'm
it.
so numb. I can't